Hi, very good morning to all. So this is the first video of Horticulture JRF series. So a bit introduction about me. So start with the syllabus of JRF Horticulture. So there are majorly 7 to 8 divisions which are very important for JRF Horticulture preparation. So first one is General Horticulture. Then we have Fruit Science, Vegetable Science, Horticulture and Landscaping, Spices and Medicinal Plants, Plantation Crops, Post Harvest and General Agriculture. So starting with basic horticulture, so there are majorly 5 to 6 important books which are very important before going to deep or advanced topics like fruit and vegetables. So first one is Handbook of Horticulture. So Handbook of Horticulture is the Bible of horticulture students, or Bible of knowledge. So if you see, it comes in 2 volumes. The first volume is totally dedicated to general horticulture portion, fruit as well as vegetable portion. So start with general horticulture portion of Handbook of Horticulture, then come to Jitendra Singh, the basic horticulture by Jitendra Singh. This is one of the finest and one of the beautiful book written in horticulture sector. So if you see, if you want to prepare for JRF Horticulture, you want to be able to qualify JRF Horticulture without studying these 2 books, Handbook of Horticulture and Jitendra Singh. So in this book, you will find a classification of fruits, vegetables, production data, various production practices like propagation and fruitfulness, botanical classification, like type of fruits, type of vegetable, incompatibility, male sterility, and different method of propagation, planning, layout, each and everything, post-harvest introduction and processing introduction, ornamental introduction. This is important book. So next is Essence of Horticulture. You will find very important chapter before the starting of Essence of Horticulture. Few chapters are totally dedicated for general horticulture portion. Then we have advanced book. This is Basic Horticulture by K.V. Peter, which is recommended by ICAR scientists, and many research scholars used to study this book also. Then we have Desing. This one is very important for vegetable introduction. So if you are starting from early stages like second year or third year, you should definitely go with this Vegetable Science by Desing. You can skip Gloucester Horticulture if you are preferring Essence of Horticulture. Right. Then we have Fruit Science. It is a major division for JRF Horticulture, right? So it contributes around 40 to 45% of the questions in JRF Horticulture. So starting with Handbook of Horticulture, this is the important book for production aspects of fruits. Second, we have Ranjit Singh. This one is a very important as well as pocket friendly book. If you ask me one book of Fruit Science, I will suggest Ranjit Singh. It is my favorite book because this book is written by Professor Ranjit Singh, which was the scientist as well as head of the department of IR in New Delhi. So this book is basically not reference based, not one-liner based. This one is a hybrid based, and you will find many useful information in this book. But this book is written in small letters, so you will find difficulty while reading this book, but at the course of time you will become habitual of this book. But I will recommend this book if you are in BSc second or third year. Definitely you should study this book. This book is very important as well. Storyline is very good in this book, so you will get into this book and you will find this book very interesting. Next we have Essence of Horticulture. After studying these books, Handbook and Fruits by Ranjit Singh, please switch to Essence of Horticulture, because without studying this book you won't able to qualify JRF Horticulture. This book is a one-liner based book, so you won't find any story in this book, so everything you have to remember. Second, ready the corner of Fruit Science is same like Essence of Horticulture. Then we have the Fruits, which is written by Kripa Shankar sir. So this book is totally dedicated to the questions from particular topics. Say if you are studying mango, you will find every question which are asked in mango in past years, so they have compiled all those questions in a single chapter. Subsequently, if you study banana, you will find past years all the questions of banana which has been asked in different examinations. Next we have Treasure of Fruit Science. This is the objective based book which is written by ARS scientist Sunil sir. So you will find past year questions of JRF, SRF and 10 to 12 mock test of Fruit Science. So this is also important book. Next we have Vegetable Science. This is the second most important division for JRF Horticulture. So start with Handbook of Horticulture. Same for production aspect. Handbook of Horticulture is very important. So next we have Desing. I have already discussed the starting chapters of Desing, like classification are very important. But for production as well as breeding point of view, this book is very good, and it is a hybrid based book. So if you are preparing for JRF Horticulture, I will recommend this book, but you should be very prudent and study very meticulously because you have a lot more to study, right? So next we have Essence of Horticulture. After studying Handbook of Horticulture, please switch to Essence of Horticulture for combined knowledge of breeding as well as production aspect. Then we have Vishnu Sarup book, Production Technology in India by Vishnu Sarup. So this is basically advanced book which is studied by research scholars as well as advanced, if you want to know advanced level of vegetable science. So if you are in early stage of your preparation, please do refer this book. Then we have compiled vegetable science. It is a one-liner book. Please do study this book also, because you will find many new details of vegetable science in this book also. Next we have floriculture and landscaping. This one is a tedious and more complex division of horticulture, because you have to remember thousands of scientific names, thousands of details of different shrubs, trees, climbers, indoor, outdoor plants. So you will find very difficult while studying this section. So basically start with Handbook of Horticulture Volume 2, because Volume 2 is dedicated to floriculture. 7 to 8 commercial crops are there. Please do study very well, because direct question will be asked in examination from Handbook of Horticulture. For ornamental purpose, Essence of Horticulture is the Bible for this floriculture and landscaping. Then we have Gloucester's Horticulture. You can skip, please. I don't recommend this book, but if you are interested, you can, if you have time, please do study this book also. But don't skip Instant Horticulture. Personally, I feel the tables in Instant Horticulture are amazing, you know, far better than Essence also. I suggest please do study ornamental part of Instant also. Then we have the revolutionized book in India. This is Floriculture in India by G.S. Randhawa, which is recommended by many ICAR scientists, teachers, professors, and they also study this book if they want to prepare any, you know, state level as well as national level of examination, right? Then after completing all these books, you need mock questions. So Floriculture by Dishra is very important for solving mock questions, because directly you will find 2 to 3 questions every year from Dishraj book. So this book is very important. So next we have very minor divisions, but don't skip these divisions, because all these major divisions will give very good marks, but plantation, spices and medicinal crops will give you a rank. So please do study very well. Handbook of Horticulture is very important for, you know, to cover these medicinal, plantation as well as spices crop, because second volume is totally dedicated to minor divisions, right? Then come to plantation crops by N. Kumar. Either you can study plantation crops in Handbook of Horticulture plus Essence of Horticulture, or you can combine N. Kumar with Essence of Horticulture. But spices from Desing is very important. The tables, the history, the institutes are very well covered in Desing. So do study this book. This book is very important. Next we have post-harvest and general agriculture portion. So the second volume of you know, handbook is totally dedicated for post-harvest management and other minor divisions of horticulture, right? So this is very important. Start with the, you know, basic horticulture by Jitendra Singh, because last few chapters in basic horticulture are totally dedicated for post-harvest management as well as processing. Then switch to Essence of Horticulture. Essence of Horticulture, you will find detailed information of processing as well as you know, handling of these horticulture crops, but you will find one liner. So it is better to study handbook and basic horticulture in advance before switching to this Essence of Horticulture, right? Then there is one book, more book, which is written by ICAR scientist Dr. Aram Asris. This is a fabulous book and you know, pocket friendly book. You can complete it in you know, 1 week. So this book is totally dedicated to, you know, post harvest handling and storage. For processing part, please study R.P. Srivastava book. This book is very important. So next we have general agriculture, right? For general agriculture, Neem Sunda book is very important, right? This is the Bible for general agriculture students. If you are studying for any exam, this book is must to study, right? And it is the one of the highest selling book in India, the Neem Sunda, right? So please do follow these books. In the upcoming lecture, I will go more detailed, like I will tell you how to study each and every book in detail and how you should cover each and every division, like fruit, vegetable, floriculture and other minor division in detail. So thank you so much.